Stephen.
What episode number is this?
15.
Fuck me sideways.
We have the same conversation every time and I never remember.
Well, we've spent about
You've spent
45 minutes just talking about what episode number this is.
I only felt like about 45 seconds.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You were fanning around with the microphone.
This episode, sponsored by...
Your hair.
I don't know.
I've been looking at you for the last 4 hours and your hair just looks funny all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've just
It looks
decided...
really curly at the front.
I'm always curly.
But it's flat and then it goes like...
Yeah, I know. I don't really know what's going on, but I've got to the stage where I'm not that fussed anymore. Do you know? A bit like you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's clearly what... so how's the beard going anyways? The beard...
Nice. Yeah,
blackened.
there's no appear to be any kind of...
There's a bit of ginger coming through.
Well, yeah, that happens.
Lydia, it needs to be...
once a month now. Yeah, I might go blonde.
What, just a blonde beard?
Yeah, maybe just a blonde tash
Just a little bit.
and a purple beard. Like, what's his name? Billy Connolly.
Didn't you say...
Yes, I did. Yeah, no, I don't mind saying it.
No, I was going to try to say it.
Yeah,
you
you
said
say
that
it, go on.
if people dye their hair like extreme,
Yeah,
you said that there's something unhinged, like something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
But I said everyone's a bit unhinged and gone wrong. So.
unhinged. Yeah. Anyway, should we
Episode 15.
get on or?
What was it? Show me the...
So this episode, sponsored
it's
by
not good.
Trev Taxes, is...
Has he paid, has he?
No.
Oh, he
Is
hasn't. Great.
called
Show me the...
Money. Yeah, well, it's not called Show Me the Money, is it?
What I I've been wanting to say that.
Yeah, just
Tom Cruise.
just money. That's all it is.
Money and...
No.
No, but I'm carrying on.
No, just money.
I think you need to start drinking again.
Right, just money.
How's the...
Money, then full stop. Done.
Show me the
No, fuck.
money.
Anyway, you were going to ask me a question.
How's it going with the no drinking, no smoking? This obviously no smoking's clearly going well.
Right, well, can I just say, you
Why
can go...
are you
No.
pointing your sausage at
You
me?
can literally go fuck yourself. Because we were running earlier and you were like, oh, Stephen, your breath. Your breathing is so much better. I've noticed that. And
When you're running with this bloke, like a month ago, it's like... Not like that, as you're running along.
Yeah.
And now it's just like...
it's just a purr.
It's just... Oh, that's creepy,
weird.
that is. You
Yeah,
know,
don't do
on TikTok when they rub the...
Yeah, it's
Maybe
not
we
even
could
that.
do that.
When you're whispering in someone's
I
ear.
really want to cough after doing that.
So,
But no, you could hear.
yeah.
You could hear you're not...
I think
You're
they
smoking
call it-
less.
They call it the better of two evils.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
And overall...
So you're doing well then?
Doing well. Not drunk, although probably going to have a little drink tomorrow.
Little drinky poos.
Um,
Poozy drinks.
I might have one tonight. Because we're going to see old JC, aren't we?
Oh, right. You're loosening it up, are you?
Well, a social event, yeah. I'll have rum and coke. I don't need to go silly. I might not.
Oh,
I'll surprise you.
I fucking doubt it. So money.
Yeah, money.
So how are we going to kick off this? Because I'd repeat, we never talked about it before. So do you want to just jump straight in now? What's your... Do you want to jump straight in?
We're very different with money, actually. And that's, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing. I have always been fucking horrendous with money. Like,
Why
always.
were you horrendous then when you were younger? Why? Sorry?
I don't understand the question.
Like when you were younger,
Yeah.
say when you were a teenager or like a young adult, then why were you horrendous?
Put a number on it.
One?
One. I don't
What?
think I had money when I was one.
Oh, your age?
Yeah.
I don't know. Say when you hit like, I don't know, 20, 18, 20.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to break down because I've always been really good with money, always, period. That's it. So I hate, my parents always drummed into me.
Let me take you back. Right? Look into my eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think I left home.
What age? What age were you?
I'm just about to tell that story.
Oh, sorry.
I left home when I was 15. It's always funny because I was like, fucking here he goes again. You can hear him all, can't you? Right, fucking shut it down.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
There's
right.
a voice.
Ow.
The kids aren't calling me.
I left home when I was 15.
Down the road.
And For a small period of time, I would get £5 per day from social services, right?
Jeez.
And a classic example of that was rather than go to the supermarket and get some shopping, even though I was staying in a hotel room or whatever it might be, or, sleeping rough or whatever the scenario was, I'd go and get Subway. Yeah, so it was very much about living for the now. There was no like kind of longevity or planning or anything like that. And again, oh, you're right. And again, as I as I got older, and I got jobs and things like that, not things like that, just jobs.
You just carried it on.
It's weird because the same thing happened, irrespective of how much money I got.
Just smash it.
I could get back in the day. You think it's loads, didn't you? Like £300 a month or something. Gone, just gone, and it's self-perpetuating because you spend it all at once, and then you're fucking gagging for it for like 3 weeks. Right, because you've got nothing, so you're living off fucking. Like when people feed the ducks, you're living off the duck scrags. It is what it is. If you've got no food, hide in a bush by a canal. When people have gone,
I've completely. I don't
when
know. When
people have gone, and then you can go and pick up all the bread.
You used to do that?
No, but I just thought it was a really good idea.
No, it's not. So you get attacked by the bloody geese.
No, you just fuck them off. Yeah, just fuck off.
Long neck.
And that, yeah, even, and I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, but even right up to now, I can't help but spending money. Like, I've got a lot better over the last 6 to 12 months.
Since I've known you, you've done a lot better.
A lot better. But I think that's part of my ongoing journey.
Yeah. Why did you feel the need then, say 2-3 years ago, to spend money?
Well, I've spoken about it. Like, I think, I was in the...
Do we need to talk about it again then?
Oh,
should we carry on about something else?
Yeah, just in case anyone treats this as their first ever podcast.
Oh, no, it's just that you said you've spoken about it before, so you're making people sound stupid, that's all.
Yeah.
Your eyes okay?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, I mean, because it was all show. I lived my life. Lived my life. For everyone else.
Oh, that's a good tune, that.
It is, yeah. For everyone else. Break check, right? I lived my life for how I thought everyone else was thinking.
That was the right way to live.
Yeah.
That was the sort of the car.
Yeah, all of it. Yes, I needed to spend. And I fucking hate it. When you go on your app and you kind of look back at how much you've spent, just hundreds of thousands a year.
You did show me at one point. I don't think it's appropriate for me
to but
but it was obscene amounts of money on like just shit.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, because I don't own a house.
But that isn't.
No, but I don't own a house. I don't have a pension.
Which you could have done. You could have owned a house and quite easily and paid it off by now.
I don't have a pension. I don't really have that much in savings. I don't own, like I think we've got one car, as you know, one car.
Why did you have to think about that? What did you think there was another one somewhere?
No.
I think I've got one car. I think I've got one van.
I have got a couple of debts, and we don't go on lots of holidays a year. All this kind of, and it's like, and it's a really odd thing, and it's always been my mentality to live for the now.
But did you feel then as a man, like, because obviously you didn't really have a father figure as such, that you could...
As such?
As in like a father figure that you could look up to then?
No, did you... I see what you mean now. You didn't mean like on my hands and knees. That's not what you were talking about. Okay, sorry, carry on. No, as such, I didn't have a father figure, no.
I tell you what, thank fuck you can talk about it with such I'm trying to be...
Why?
I'm trying to think of a good word. to compliment you with such.
Yeah, what's the other option?
There's quite a few other options with what you've been through. I don't know. You could go on and on. You could sit there and be crying about it and moping.
I could be.
So yeah,
but you can fuck off if you think that cunt's going to win over my life. You know.
Exactly. Do you know what? We've used that word. No, you've used that word twice, and do you know what? You've used it appropriately twice. I apologise for the language, but it's been used in context.
It has, apart from last week, I think, when I used it out of context.
Yes.
So I apologise, but I did quickly change it.
Do you think if we use that word, do you think we should put
do a forfeit?
Yeah, £10 into something.
No.
Oh right, okay. I think if we use language that's not in context, like you did last week, we should be given
a forfeit.
What, like?
I don't know, like the next episode you have to sit naked. Or sit with, or like
maybe dress up.
Yeah, dress up.
I hate that.
You know, like the bird in the pantomimes.
You would make a great dame.
Yeah. I would, wouldn't I?
With your high heels on?
Yeah, fucking mate, I'd look hot.
Like a fucking great head with your bloody makeup on.
Yeah. 100%.
So, but did you... Okay, sorry, I digress.
You did.
How did you... Because you didn't have a father figure specifically that was going to teach, how did you feel about... So you just had... I'm going to answer myself. You just had a scattergun effect then, really, didn't you? You just did what you thought was right.
Well, I think...
because you said growing up before you didn't have very much of that.
Didn't have a lot. No.
Why were you just about to start laughing then?
Because again, I just get songs pop into my head, and that was like J-Lo. You know, used to have a little, now I've got a lot. Sorry. No, we didn't. I mean, my mum and dad didn't work. We lived in a council house in Canterbury. You know, if I remember rightly, they were on some kind of benefits.
You're not work shy though, but you've sort of gone the opposite.
Well, yeah.
Was it a conscious?
Absolutely.
Was it conscious at the time?
I think
it's definitely been since, I would say, but I don't know about when you were younger.
I think so. Yeah, I just really wanted to run in the complete opposite direction, and I think there is an element of. I think the difference is I find money really easy to earn. I think this is the difference. So I find money easy to earn. So I'm not worried about spending it. Does that make sense? But it is a very immature outlook to life.
What interesting. Because I've always been, I suppose, similar in a way, because I've always been like, if you haven't got some money, then just earn it. If you need more money, just earn it. It's pretty straightforward. You just get another job. Get as many jobs as you can if you want. So maybe that's the similar sort of thing, possibly.
What was your upbringing like money wise? Were your mum and dad quite thrifty, or
no, they had the shop, as we know, what's it called, Waynehouse Corner
stores?
Post office stores or something.
Limited?
No, not limited. No, they were always really good with money. I just remember. It's good to see you stop smoking, isn't it? I do like that. Making my house smell of strawberries. It's delicious.
And it smelt when I fucking got here.
You cheeky little prick. This smelled bogged down.
Yeah.
No, my parents were always very, very tight with money. Always at the shop. It was always made clear that if you want money, you earn it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sitting on your arse or doing fuck all. You're not going to get given it to you. So if you want it, you have to work your balls off.
Yeah, which is right.
Yeah,
I
think it is. I think it's right but too many people expect things too easy.
Oh, 100%.
I know you go to too many people expect things easy nowadays. Lot back in my day, which is slightly weird because people always say that as you get older. It's not like back in my day.
I don't really subscribe to that massively. I think it's all in proportion. I think
all
things
relative.
Were different, you know.
Yeah,
but a lot was different, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we quite wealthy or just okay? Or...
I would say it was like middle class.
Yeah. What happened
really?
then with you? Because you're obviously kind of working class now, lower class.
Fuck's sake! You need to get back drinking. You'd be more pleasant to be around.
Wow. you see that?
I suppose, working class, middle class. I suppose we're working class, but we probably had a bit of money, but it was, we probably went on holiday, when I was younger. So from about 4 holidays, and about 4 holidays from when I was like basically born to when I was 15.
Okay.
Because my dad would only ever take off Christmas Day, as far as I know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that'd be the set.
But again,
but he's working.
Yeah, working.
And I always take the piss out of him because I said, well, if you weren't working, you're always at the pub. Or if you weren't working, you're always pissed or something like that, just taking the piss.
But you changed that view, I think, didn't you? Or did you not? Am I making that up?
No. I did. I always said that as a Mickey taking it. He did work hard and he did drink, but it wasn't. I didn't see him a whole lot, but he was working his balls off, so I don't care.
Which I think we covered that, didn't we, in work-life balance, life-work balance.
Thanks.
I think there is a fine line, and as blokes we do get that kind of, that harshness of you're never here, or you're always working, or whatever it is. But on the flip side, there is this kind of need to provide.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you feel like you have to give a certain amount, and when there's pressures on the outside, and you think you've got to provide more and a lot more and more money and more of this and more of that, but that means you've got to work more. So you're on this perpetual merry-go-round.
Well, there's always, there's all, and that's the same with money, isn't it? I mean, I think I might be wrong. I've not looked at the stats, but I'm pretty sure that still, even in this crazy world that we live in, like, men are the higher percentage of breadwinners or earners.
I would have thought so
in a household.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah, I think it's good that that's changing.
I do. Yeah. Well, I do, because I think it should be shared.
Yeah.
I think there's no reason why all the pressure should be
on the male to provide.
No, not at all. Because it's hugely pressurous.
Yeah, and I'm well up for women going out and working, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, whatever.
100?
And 100 if they want to do 100.
Yeah.
And providing like a fella. I've got no problem with that. I think that's the way it should be.
Would you prefer to stay at home or work?
I did talk at one point about staying at home, my wife going out and working, and me staying home with the kids.
How did that work out?
No, it didn't. We just decided not to do it. We did have a serious conversation about it.
Yeah.
I bit my lip earlier. I've just bit it slightly again.
Oh, why's that? Because it grows.
Oh, gum.
Throb.
Not my lip. Got a throb in my lip.
Because you did have a tooth infection this week.
Yeah, no, I did. So I had some antibiotics for 3 days.
You were talking funny, that was all.
No, that's my lip. So, no, I'm well up for women working.
Yeah,
being given the right to work and earn the money.
Being given the right to work.
Oh, God, that sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Where do you live? North Korea?
Yeah, no, but like, it's always... It's still... The bloke goes out and works.
Yeah.
I think that's how I perceive it. The women are...
I do think, just to butt in there for a second, I do think, though, that, it is more difficult, not as difficult as it used to be, but it is tricky. If you've got a lady that has children and then spends, a year or so, they don't get a chance to build that career. Now, I don't necessarily think that's a massive excuse, because I do think you can do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
But, I do think men get to the top a lot more because...
A lot quicker. Yeah.
Whereas women, they either have to make that decision to kind of have children early and then work on their career, or, spend time at work and not be with their children. And it is a horrible choice.
And there has been a pay gap, hasn't there?
Oh, yeah, massive.
Between males and females for quite a long time, which I've never quite understood. I understand, like, let's say you're on a building site, and I could be wrong, but if you're built like a fucking brick shit house as a woman, you can hump like blocks around.
Yeah.
Then if you can't do the job efficiently, it doesn't matter if that bloke's a male or female.
Yeah,
if you can't do that job efficiently, then you shouldn't be paid as much. So it's irrelevant of the sex.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I totally agree with you. So how do you, like... I know you're not going to want into... Understandably, not going to want to go into fucking massive detail, but how do you kind of manage money at the moment? Like, as far as, do you use any kind of methods or things like that?
I just run my personal life like a business. Literally like a business. So because obviously if you've got more money going out than coming in, then you go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter if it's business or your work life.
No.
I've always done it like that as best I can, and even more so now as I've got older.
Yeah. So are there any kind of strategies that you use, like, because you are probably one of the most thriftiest, controlled people that I know, like, as far from a money perspective.
Really?
Yeah. Would you be happy talking about, like?
No, I don't mind talking about it. No.
Just kind of.
I did nearly buy a self-transforming Optimus Prime the other day for 750 quid. I wouldn't have bought it because I haven't got 750 quid to splash out on Optimus Prime. Well, I could have taken money from somewhere out of a savings account and somewhere, but it sounded like a lot of money to spend on a self-transform.
On a toy.
Yeah. But it goes, roll out!
Yeah, but it's a toy.
Like,
it's a toy and you're like 50 years old. It's a toy.
I would understand that if you were right on that comment, but you're not.
You're nearly 50,
When 6 years.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it is still a toy. So.
Yeah, no. So what do I do? So I've always been very careful. I just manage my money. I just make sure I don't spend too much. Like, would never splurge too much money on stuff.
Toys or anything like that.
Yeah, toys. No. I left school at 16.
It's just a copy of me now.
Yeah, I used to play football, and then I stopped. So I had no hobbies.
No.
I never used to do anything till probably about 7-8 years ago, when I started going to the gym. So then I actually started spending money on myself. So until that point, I had no, and I'm not saying, oh, poor me, I never had any money to spend on me, but it just wasn't. I just never did.
You were heavily focused on your career, though, weren't you?
Yeah, totally. Career and family, that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Which is not the right way to be. Because you need to have.
Yeah, you do. You've right.
You've got to have something else where you can focus on yourself.
For me, it's food.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Doing well, though.
Yeah, no, I do feel good.
You're only doing, 3,000-4,000 calories now? A breakfast?
No, mainly I'm between.
No, that's about a week, isn't it?
800 to 1,000 calories a day.
It's really good going. So what I do now to make it even tighter, and this is from my girlfriend. She won't mind me saying this.
Fiona.
Fiona is
Fiona Bruce.
I won't say how many accounts she's got, but she's got lots of accounts.
Yeah.
Where
offshore or
all the money comes in and then all the money goes out and then she's left with X.
So she divvies it out, doesn't she, between different pots and things?
For example, so I don't mind. With me, I've got X comes in, and then I've got like a tax account. So obviously I need to pay taxes. I've got an account for holidays.
Yeah.
I've got an account for presents for like the kids. Just presents. I've got extras.
I've never had a present off you. That's all.
Because you don't deserve one.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't think I've ever given a mate a present.
Well, that can fucking change. I need a book. Oh no, I've got one.
Yeah, and you paid for that. And there was another one. Oh, so I've got an account where I have X amount each week where I can spend on myself.
I love that.
Whether it be going to the pub and that's what I have each week. So then, for example, I have to buy a kid's present, as long as I've got enough money in my present account, then you take that out and then you put it onto your credit card if you pay for it online or whatever it might be. Yeah,
because you're a strong believer in that, aren't you, actually, as well? So you're like, you make sure any purchases you do online is on your credit card.
Yeah, I don't see why you'd put it on a debit card. I thought that was just common sense, and that's not me dissing you.
No.
Because you have to, because there's so much fraud, it should always be paid for on your credit card. Never, ever online by debit card.
Yeah. No, I've just never done it.
That's bonkers. Because if there's fraud, then they'll get into your account, they'll strip the whole lot out. Christ, like a fucking fish.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, obviously you're right. It's just.
Well, I wouldn't very often agree with that, but that definitely is right. Because then at least if anything goes wrong, sorry to jump in, then you contact the credit card company.
Yeah.
And generally you can always get the money back. Like it's happened to me a couple of times to get the money back.
Do you refer to yourself as like
A god?
the Wish version of Martin Lewis when you're talking like this?
The Wish version? What do you mean?
Like the Temu version.
Oh, like the poor man's.
Well, no, not the poor man's. Just like I like the Primark kind of.
Yeah,
like the little version.
The naff version of Martin Lewis.
Well, it does feel like
big
Martin
nose.
Lewis. He's full of energy, that man. I love him.
It's a great podcast on. Shout out to Jake called Humphreys.
Who's that?
On the high. Shut up! I'm trying to explain. On the High Performance podcast, they had Martin Lewis on there.
Fuck me. We should get Martin Lewis. He could sit over there.
Yeah, great podcast. Listen to him. He's exactly the same, like 100 miles an hour, but incredibly focused. Like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is my plan. I don't really care about sort of what you think about me, but because I know I'm doing the right thing for people.
No, fair enough. Oh, stop saying that.
Say furry muff.
Furry muff.
So that's how I run my life.
See, for me, everything
my
just
work.
comes into the joint account, and I get
And you spend it.
I get anxiety.
Hands are cold. Sorry.
If there's, so I totally see your logic that if you've got like a car account, a shopping food account, and you almost, if I hear you right, you empty. The goal is to empty the main joint account.
But not necessarily, because it depends on how you want to run it. But yeah, I suppose in a way, because if you've got stuff you need paying for, maybe you've got gym, you've got your nails, you've got your hair, you've got maybe you buy running shoes every few months, you've got the dentist. So I've got an account where I pay into for dentist, hair, I was waiting for a joke, hair, a feet, chiropodist, every 3 months, and my back, click back in place every 3 months.
What about your
penis extension?
Pussy and your crack? No?
Back, sack and crack.
Yeah, did you get that done?
Never had it done. Have you had it done?
I've not.
No one would want to go near your ass.
No, only my dad. No? So, you can't make arse jokes. You can't do it, David. You just can't. Yeah, no, that's it. And in my logical mind, that makes total sense. And how nice it would be to have these little pots and you're like, oh, fuck me, the car needs a new tyre. Oh, it's all right. I got 3.6 mil in the
Take 60 quid out.
Take 60 quid out and pay for a tyre.
You've got to be incredibly strict.
Yeah, and that's what I'm not.
You have to be incredibly strict. Like, if you pay for something, say say on your debit card, comes out your main account, I don't know, you buy like a new tyre, and you forget, and you might have everything might be completely out of balance then, and you might go overdrawn possibly, or the bank might be like, well, this can't go, I don't know, whatever, because you haven't transferred the £60 from your car account back into your...
Yeah.
So you need, so every couple of weeks I just look through my finances. Fees like it goes to it by a fine tooth comb. Honestly, everything. Make sure it adds up.
I love that. I love that. I suppose I did have a conversation with a mate earlier on in the week, though, and I think it is different to a lot of people. For a lot of people, sorry. You know, I think it's fair to say, and you might correct me if I'm wrong, but would you say that you've had quite a privileged life?
Privileged?
Let me rephrase that question because it's slightly loaded.
Yeah.
Let's say you, I don't know, you had some kind of fraud on your account, or even you just went bust, right? Both you and Fee. Is it fair to say that you've got people you could call on to help you out?
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's privilege, though. I definitely wouldn't say it's privilege.
I would.
But you're looking at it through a prism of that you didn't have that. So it's not. I'm not privileged.
Do you know what I would? I'm certainly not digging at you. I would say in this day and age, there are, especially right now, there are probably more people than ever that don't have that.
But that doesn't mean someone's privileged.
No, it doesn't. No, you're right. Which is why I rephrased the question.
Set me up
No, not at all.
for a fool.
And it was
No, I know. I understand how you were stacking up like that.
And that's the thing, like I genuinely have had times, within the last few years where I've had a couple of pence in the joint account, and not been in a position to draw down or take more from other places or anything like that.
But why is that?
It's my own fault.
I wasn't backing you up for you to go. It's my fault. I wanted you to. But does that come down to your spending of being piss poor with your?
Yeah, it's a weird one. It is a weird one, isn't it? Because if you look at it, like, you would almost think, and there's so much fucking psychology going on, right? You would almost think that you would be less thrifty because subconsciously you know that perhaps you have got a couple of people you could call on if things got shit.
I'm the opposite to that.
You are. That's what I mean.
Yeah, because I think I don't want to. Like, the business nearly sunk when we first started. Like, say, when 17
years ago.
Jesus, so at least 17 years in a couple of weeks. So say 16 and a half years ago, 16 years ago, whatever, we owed like 600 quid or something. I don't think it was even that, 300 quid. It was a couple of bills. And we had people going, we need this money paying. So I phoned up my parents and they lent me the money. But I forgot where I was. I just lost my train of thought, sorry. But I hated it. And that's the first time I've really gone, can you help me out? Because if not, I've got nothing. I'm in the shit big time. And if it didn't have the money, I might have found it maybe I borrowed it from a mate because, I could get the money back months later. But I didn't like the feeling of that. And I hate the thought of having to go to someone. I know I've got people, there's you, I've got a few other mates, my parents, there's a few people I could ask, but it's not a particularly pleasant place to come from.
No, it's not at all. And I think, again, as a man, you do feel pretty fucking useless.
Yeah, I had to really swallow my flipping pride, push my ego to one side.
It's like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that. But it's bizarre, isn't it? Why is it, and I'm going to make some fucking horrible, what's it called, generalisations. Your face. Why is it that people with less money are so shit at managing their finances?
Shout out to Stephen Bartlett. He had a bloke on. That bastard better start giving us some.
But it makes sense because the people that do manage their money well have more of it.
Yeah. And this chap was saying something about it, and I brought it up, and I can't remember the bloody context of the conversation. No, I wouldn't wait. But he was saying, because the people that have a lot less money, they will get scratch cards and lottery tickets. And I'm not saying that people buy lottery tickets haven't got money, but the people who've got less money, they said stats show they will more than people that have got not a lot of money. People have just got a little bit more money. They will go out, and you've got more chance of being like, tonight, Matthew, I am.
You've got more chance.
Gareth Gates.
You've got more chance of being struck by lightning than you have them winning the lottery.
Yeah, and
not once would you think, I'm going to walk outside and shit, I'm going to be struck by lightning. But you honestly think, do you know what, I'm going to win tonight and my life's going to change, don't you? It's crazy.
How does that? That makes no sense.
It doesn't make no sense.
And that doesn't mean I haven't bought a lottery ticket or I don't buy scratch cards.
Yeah.
But there's no
logic there. There's no logic there at all.
But people with, maybe, I don't know, maybe if I didn't have, maybe if all of a sudden, because I'm completely aware that, like, if I, heaven forbid, if I was to break a leg or become very ill with something, hopefully not.
Like herpes or genital warts.
Yeah, genital, little crabbies.
Yeah. You'd just serve them for dinner, wouldn't you?
That's disgusting. There's your dinner tonight fee.
Are they actually like, you know, crabs like you get on your testicles? Are they? I mean, I don't know anything about.
They walk sideways over your sack.
Well, are they actually little animals?
Yeah, I think they are bugs. Yeah. Oof. Tiny little crabs.
So you have to get like the nitty comb out.
Yeah, imagine that if you were younger at the primary school.
Yeah.
Because did you ever used to have a knit nurse? Knit nurse.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out why.
You'd be like, next. Knits.
Why you'd have crabs at
fine.
primary school?
Nets. And then you're like, oh shit, I got nets.
We were talking crabs. Why would you have crabs at primary school? That'd be a bit worrying.
No, but no. I asked the question: did you have a knit nurse?
No.
So then you could have the crab nurse.
No, I used
testicles out.
I used to.
Someone out of like matron.
It's funny. You used to get that thing though, didn't you? Like if anyone did have knits, yes, but knits only like clean hair. It was like the way, wasn't it? The way that you fucking dealt with it. No, it's only because my hair's so clean. That's why I've got so many knits. Like, and that's
hun?
Just crazy, absolutely crazy.
Did you get, yeah, no, I'm playing with me ball bag.
Yeah,
a big ball bag.
Crazy. But yeah, I mean, and then there's a classic. How fucking unimportant money is. Can I say for a second?
Yeah.
I have had some of the best fucking times of my life when I've had absolutely fuck all.
I was talking to my parents about this yesterday. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Because you earn a certain amount and then you think, oh, I've got to earn more. And then you earn more and then you're like, I've got to earn more and you earn more. And you're like, because for me, the only reason why you're earning money is so you can have material things. Mm-hmm. I know you need a house. It's still material. So you can get by with a certain amount, but you always want more.
Yeah.
And then the only reason why you want a bit more than that is because then when you're older, you're not working. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to be really tight with money now. Is because when I'm 65, I don't want to be doing 80 hours a week.
No.
And cooking for people.
For people.
Like when I'm 60, I want to be slowing down a little bit. So that's my only reason for earning more money. But I hate money.
Yeah.
It's a horrible, disgusting. You know, footballers getting 300 grand a week. Not all footballers grind. No, 50 grand. Even like the players you don't see in the Premiership, they're on the subs bench, still earn 30, 40, 50 grand, 100 grand.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. See, I don't, we disagree there slightly. Like, I don't. And I don't necessarily. I think everything has a value.
No, I get why.
You know, I'm not. I don't begrudge them for earning that.
No, I don't.
It's, you know, they get that because the companies want to sponsor them. You know, and therefore the money is there, and there's obviously a return for those companies that makes it worthwhile.
Right? So the footballers get paid so much money. So I don't know. But what I'm saying is, it's just obscene.
Yeah.
Is it the money that's in the world? There's so much money in the world with incredibly rich people. And then you've got
so much poverty.
People scratching around.
So much
And there's a lot of poverty, but there is also...
Right.
Is that the washing machine?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I wouldn't worry.
No, I just wondered what it was.
We're recording a podcast.
Yeah, no, I just wondered what it was, dickhead. But there is...
Just a quick question then. What if it was?
What if it was what?
The washing machine.
Which it is.
Yeah. So what does that mean now?
It means I know what that noise is now. It's the washing machine.
Oh, okay.
Because if not, I would have gone, oh, well, if it's not the washing machine wasn't on, I'd be like, oh, that's a really strange noise in the house. It sounds like the washing machine, but the washing machine's not on.
But we've got the door open.
Why the fuck
could it not
can we
be,
not have this conversation afterwards?
Could it not have been just something outside?
No, because I can fucking hear it in the house. It's through that wall, you bellend.
Okay.
But coming back to poverty, Rick, oh my God. There's a lot of poverty out there, but some of it is brought on by people's own mistakes.
Yes. Yeah.
And when I say mistakes, I mean...
Life choices.
Life choices, yeah. By mistakes, like, I've made mistakes before and I've lost money through business decisions, which has affected me. But I mean silly mistakes. People, I don't know, buying cars when they can't afford it. Yeah. Or people... like buying a house when the mortgage is too much, and they end up losing.
Down to education, though.
I think it comes down to pressure. I think partly education, but also partly the pressures of life.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're on Instagram, you see such and such has bought this and this famous person's doing that. And everyone thinks this is the way you should live. And you're scrolling through in this endless black hole of shit.
When it's not necessarily.
And actually,
it's
like
bullshit.
my Instagram page is all lovely and glossy with my
just
lovely
boobs, isn't it?
lovely face. Boobs are my thing, yeah. But it's not like that. Like, it's hard. The nitty gritty and behind all that, the lovely glossy stuff's hard. Why am I saying that?
I don't really know. I don't really know what you're talking about.
With what people's views are when they look at online and they feel like yourself. What I tell you, it's a classic example. Yourself, you felt like you should buy that £12,000 car, and and then you drove nearly 12,000.
When was that?
And you feel like you should have
what car?
Your Audi.
Are you having a laugh?
I'm taking the pick.
Oh, good. Thank you. I was going to say,
fucking 4 tyres with that.
Yeah.
And you felt like you should have the shoes that the cats can piss in.
Yeah.
And you felt like you should buy the fucking rabbit jumper things.
I think that's one of brands. Are we not?
No, we're not. No, that's a rabbit. That's clearly a fucking
what? Stag.
Schlag.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? So you're spending to what you feel like you should spend.
Yeah.
What you think society should. And actually, you got yourself in a fucking pickle.
Yeah, a right pickle. Like a serious pickle. So much so that I've now got a cat called Pickle, just to remind me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? No, bollocks it is.
One of our cats is called Pickle.
No, it's not because you got yourselves in a pickle. No, it's not at all.
But no, I do think that there is just no education. A classic example, and I'm really split on this because part of me also thinks that people do not take enough responsibility for their own actions, like without a doubt. And I'm talking I'm not fucking poo-pooing people, like myself included, but equally education at school on real fucking things, that realistically no one's going to use a fucking Bunsen burner when they leave school, right? Or need to
Shakespeare.
It's
all that about.
Or need to worry about fucking elements of the periodic table. Like, there's a handful of professions in whatnot that, you might need
well, if
to
you
go
need that, then you go down that avenue, don't you?
A classic example of this is that my daughter came home from college the other day. Now, bear in mind, she's done primary, secondary, she's doing an art degree, I don't know if it's a degree or not, but it's semantics. It's my new favourite word, by the way.
What's semantics mean?
It's just like, it's like tomato. Do you know what I mean? It's like the same thing, but I'm like picking you up on because you didn't, that kind of thing.
Semantic.
Yeah, just like semantics.
Weird word.
She is 17 years old, and she came home from college the other day and she said, been doing life skills today.
Yeah, I was actually yawned then, not for taking the piss in. Sorry.
Life skills.
I could have put my hand up.
I was like, oh, brilliant. She said, yeah, guess what? I was like, no, go on. Thinking, they've taught her, about tax or council tax or tax codes or pensions or, finding the best rate on your electric, how to read your electric bill, what kilowatt hours are and all this kind of stuff. Turns out I can put a duvet cover on in 60 seconds. Just like, wow. Just wow. So that's higher education, and life skills equates to, even if you take away
I don't even know what to say about that.
Even if you take away the speed element, which I imagine was to egg them on.
It's just
fun.
Yeah. Well, here he is.
Do people really need to be taught how to put on a duvet cover in a professional setting?
Well, I think if you were to stack it up against learning about tax, no. Yeah, people need to be taught that, but I think at that age, I think you need to be taught the more important things.
But it's just, I think it falls into that same thing, doesn't it? Like, we're going to teach you Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the girl next door. She's been married 7 times before. Henry! So, yeah.
So what film that's from? It sounded like it was a football game, to be fair.
From Ghost.
Oh, okay. So that really annoys me, and I think there needs to be a hell lot more, hella lot more education. I think there also needs to be a fucking load of people accepting responsibility, and that's not just men. That is like the whole family. Because I look back at times in my life, you know, and think, you're right, and I think to myself,
what a wonderful.
you know, I would have just liked some support, you know, and I'm not talking about from my wife, like just generally, you know.
Yeah. You made a good point a minute ago, and I sort of brushed over a little bit. You said about, it comes down to education. And I said, well, not just that. It's about people looking on Instagram, wanting to... Education's the main thing.
It is.
Because if you're educated, don't worry about what's on Instagram.
No.
It doesn't matter.
No.
What you need to learn about is how these people got to take these fancy pictures and drive these fancy cars. If you would like to do this, this is what you need to learn, isn't it? If you want to sell it to someone, like if you use the Instagram example and you're like, you know, don't base your life around that. But if you want nice things like that, what you need to do is you need to learn the basics about life, because people just want the nice things.
Yeah.
And I'm generalising, you know what I mean?
But I know, and the reason I'm putting a funny face...
why is my left hand so cold?
I don't know.
I'll cup it under my...
Cup it. Put it in your vagina. I'm pulling a funny face because the phrase nice things, you know, and again, this is part of the journey that I've travelled on over the last 12 months with therapy, like, and the whole concept of normalisation, you know, the whole concept of, you know, nice things. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, okay,
you know,
well, I didn't...
No, you didn't on purpose, but for me...
I suppose if you want life's extreme luxuries then, of like the Lamborghini or...
Again...
No, but fucking hell.
No,
you know what I mean?
And I'm not being pedantic, but it's...
money that money can buy, like Lamborghini.
That's the problem.
Yeah, no, it is. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to say to a classroom full, if you want a Lamborghini for £300,000, and that's what you class as being nice or luxury or whatever, this is how you need to get there. You need to learn about the basics. This is how business works, tax, VAT, etc., etc.
Who are you buying that for?
But that doesn't matter.
It does.
No, it doesn't matter.
Who are you buying that Lamborghini for?
Because what you can do is you can teach people. So I'm just taking it as an example. If these, say, 14-year-old Steve wants his £300,000 Lambo, 14-year-old Steve needs to know that you've got to grind and you need to know about business to get to that point. Now, also, little Stevie can also be taught in these life lessons that actually buying your £300,000 Lambo isn't going to make you happy.
No.
But if you want that £300,000 Lambo, this is how you do it. But
yeah, of course,
buying your £12,000 or £2,000 Corolla and it breaking down.
What's a Corolla?
Toyota Corolla.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gary V talks about this. Do you listen to Gary V? Yeah. So he talks.
Gary V.
Shout out to Gary V. Yeah, he talks about this a lot. You know, get rid of your fucking BMW. You know what? Why have you got it?
Elon did. He got rid of all. I think it was one of his kids. One of his grown-up kids said something about he was basically money orientated. So he got rid of all his cars. He got a tiny little flat. Got rid of all of the luxuries. Because he's still got luxuries.
I'm not being a dick. Luxuries.
Yeah, luxury is having a house, having a roof over your head.
Do you know what luxury was in my house when I was growing up? Garlic bread. Not even joking you. Garlic bread was a luxury.
No, I understand.
Biscuits were a luxury. You know, things like that. Like, normal was bread and dripping, bread and milk. You know, crisp sandwiches. You know, which are all, you know, like... And I think there's a lot of people like that now. I hear stories of kids going to school without any breakfast.
That's common. Sorry, not laughing.
You're sick.
What's I laughing about? Go on then.
What?
No.
Bread and dripping.
Fucking move on, Stephen.
What's wrong with bread and
No,
dripping?
nothing's wrong with it.
Come on,
It's funny.
come on.
I need to know.
What's bread and
No,
dripping?
I need to get some more water as well.
Are you dripping?
Dripping. I'm dripping.
So yeah, I do.
Sorry, I understand when I say luxury. I understand it's the wrong word. But what I'm just trying to get across the point that you get sold this lifestyle on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you go and spend enough time on there, you just see this general barrage of nice things.
Beyond mine,
Nice.
I just see people laying on the floor under balloons, going no, 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 like that. Do you see that? Do you see that? I literally see people laying on the floor under like balloons that are filling with water, right?
Oh, I've seen that on TikTok. I haven't seen that on
maybe
Instagram.
sorry, yeah.
Instagram.
So that's the kind of thing I see.
Send lions, send hearts, send hearts.
Where are they from?
Because they want to get more money before it explodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Every time
wrap
they do it,
elastic
then they
bands around
around
the around a watermelon, don't they?
Yeah.
Quick, send before.
Yeah.
But that's all I was trying to, and I get why you're saying about like my luxury item when I moved away from home and I was earning £105 a week.
Big bucks.
£105 a week. That's right. And I was doing between 60 and 90 hours, depending on the time of the year. I'd have a Mars bar once a week.
Yeah.
And that would go on a credit card because I couldn't afford the. And that sounds extreme.
No.
I'd have a pint every so often.
Yeah.
But my like weekly luxury was like when I filled up with fuel, I'd buy a Mars bar.
Yeah, feels great.
Yeah. So it's all luxury for people. It's all relative.
Of course it is, and I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm not trying to sit in some kind of fucking weird ivory tower. Like, I have got myself into so much shit over the years through just, chasing the next big luxurious thing, and it's only recently, we've spoken about this on here before, like I wanted a big business, I wanted to be the big fucking Barry Banana, I wanted a big car, all of this kind of stuff.
That's a great one.
And actually, I have great times now.
Yeah.
I'm so much.
You didn't realise all you wanted just to be happy and you didn't need.
I didn't need it. And actually having a hardly, even before I went on my health kick, like a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if I mentioned that before, hardly have any takeaways, things like that.
I hardly have any takeaways.
Yeah, whereas before I'd have one every night. Just couldn't be.
Yeah, you would.
Like.
So sorry. Now you do, or before you did?
Before I did.
Oh, before you hardly had any.
No, before I had them all the time.
Oh, before you started health kick.
Well, and maybe 6 months ago. Like.
Why though? What was the idea of that?
Laziness.
But you can't spend £40, £50, £60 a night on takeaway.
Why not?
You can't.
Well, I know you shouldn't. And I'm
just going to keep saying you can't. So because it's just insanity.
It is insanity.
It's literally insanity.
It is fucking insanity. And it's I owe a couple of people money. Like there's and it's ridiculous. Like it's the spending, that not prioritising properly. It's fucking it's horrendous, and it comes from this. I still haven't got it down to a T where that comes from, inside. Like, I don't know, I don't want to and don't like to blame everything, on
No, I said that, didn't I? Is it? Yeah.
Because I have to take responsibility. But, yeah, I think...
It didn't set you set you off on a good footing, did it?
Well, something you said resonates with me, like, and actually... We have this at therapy and with a friend of mine, like we have this kind of analogy about a toilet tube. And I don't know if I've spoken to you about this before. I very much live within one toilet tube at any given moment. So let me add some context to that.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
at no point thinking about what I'm going to do when I retire. Right? I'm not thinking about how I'm going to live, what I'm gonna do for money. I've not got a pension. Like, I'm not I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking that far ahead. That doesn't scare me either.
If it would, you would do something about it. You're that sort of
Yeah,
person.
yeah. I still very much live for the present. I don't live for the moment anymore, which was, but I do live for the present, and I think that has been a positive part of my upbringing is the resilience. I know that, as I said to you before, I don't have to worry about that because I know whatever happens, I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay, no matter how low you have to go or whatever gets thrown at you. You'll be able to bat it back in some form. Yeah,
it'll be okay. And and I have to believe in my abilities. I have to believe in this. As much as we fucking shot to shit at the moment, this is a good country for welfare.
If you compare it to other.
100%. We don't realise, to be fair, and I don't want to get into this a whole new fucking episode. I don't want to get into that. But we got free healthcare, we got a very, very good benefit system. Of course, it's not going to fucking help everybody. I've been on benefits before. I've had help. And I've been incredibly grateful for it. But I don't know where I'm going with that. But
You said about the future. I can see. I can already see the future. Yeah. Visualize what I need to do, what needs to be done, how.
But I wish I was like that. I do wish I was like that.
You can do it. You're very good at stuff like that, so you could do it. If you wanted to do it, you could do it. But because you're not bothered about doing it, you won't do it.
Yeah, but I wish I owned a house. I wish I was debt-free. I wish I was better at managing my money. I wish
So stop right there. So if you manage your money...
Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey, you, always on the run. Sorry.
So
if you
manage your money better, you could buy a house.
Yeah.
You could and do whatever the third thing was. So there you go, sorted.
It's not that easy though, is it?
Yes, it is. Okay, tell me what's not easy about that.
That would require a level of discipline that would fundamentally change the quality of my life.
Absolute, complete and utter fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit, Brooksy.
I mean, it would.
Why would it change the quality? Now, here's a good one. There's you go.
Come on.
There's you going on about like luxury and nice. Why is it going to change your way of life? So what you've just said what you've just said to me is you're not going to own a house, and you're not going to do whatever the other thing was,
pension or whatever.
Yeah. So you're not going to have it. So when you get to 67, you're not going to have any money other than state pension. That's what you're saying.
Well, no, I won't let that happen. I mean, I won't let that happen. There will be something that I do, and it's not clear to me yet what that is, but there will be something that will present an opportunity that will present itself to me that I will take and use, because that is my life personified.
What?
I don't want to be like that. I'd much prefer to plan.
I can't understand what you're saying then. So
all right, let's break this down, right? So break it down. So I would, for example, I wouldn't be able to live in the house that I live in that I'm currently renting, right? And save money for a deposit for a mortgage.
I'm not going to go into detail.
No,
this
you don't
is your
need to.
finances, but you could. You could fucking easily, like so easy.
Now, how much money do I need for a deposit on a house?
What did I say? 20-25%.
So let's say I want a £500,000 house.
Right.
How much would it cost? 100 grand. So how much would I have to save a month to get that in a year's time?
Oh, if you want to do it in a year, if you from what you've shown me from previous, that you could get something done relatively quickly.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't feel like it. And that's the discipline, isn't it?
How do you not look at figures on your phone? Like the amount you've spent on takeaways and not think that could do like a quarter of my deposit?
Because
I can't. I'm struggling.
This is where we're different.
I'm trying to fucking dig into
I love
the
it.
cesspit of your brain.
I love it because I reckon actually this is quite a common thing that we've got going on, right? So I would much prefer to sit down at the end of a stressful evening and go, oh, fucking hell, this Chinese is fucking beautiful, than put some money away that is not going to benefit me in the moment.
So you're not about the little micro habits then, about little changes. Because if you were to not do that, say you're takeaway 5 days a week.
I don't. But even if I had it once a week.
No, fuck off. I'm saying if you did have it 5 days, because you're eating it a lot. So at the moment you're not.
Yeah.
So you're not having takeaway at all at the moment.
No.
So you're saving £60 a month.
But I don't.
£60 a week, sorry.
Don't see it.
That's because you're not managing money properly. So there's £360 a week there, potentially. Let's say £300 a week.
Yeah, but I haven't done that for ages.
But you were telling me, you were.
No, but I haven't done it even if it was once a week.
What's that? 240 quid. 240 quid a month.
Yeah.
£2.5 grand a year, if not more.
Right, but I need 100 grand.
No, that's on what? That's on one thing. One. That's one element.
But I find it really difficult.
But why do you have to save the 100,000 in a year? Why do you not go, right, I'm setting myself a target.
This is incredible. Because again, and I think I'm probably the same as a lot of people, I want, and I totally get, there's going to be people screaming, probably not, but going, this is the point.
Not screaming in a good way.
I want it now.
But you can't have it now, you bellend.
No, but this is how people get into debt, and things like that. Oh, shiny car, let's go and put it on credit.
But you're not like that anymore, or you're in the process of going through it.
But it doesn't mean to say that I don't understand those things.
But that's got no bearing on what we're talking about.
What, money?
No, it's got no bearing on you saving a little bit here and there.
Yeah, but it has, because that money is basically money that I can not spend.
I don't get it.
No, and I don't expect, and that's okay.
No, but it's not okay, because I want to understand how.
Right, okay.
I wish I could say some figures I've fucking seen. You spend something, and I won't because I shouldn't. But you could save.
But hypothetically,
you could save enough money to save like Africa. I don't know.
Hypothetically, right? If let's say I've got £1,000 there on the table.
Yep.
Yeah. And you've got, right, Steve, you can either have, a weekend in Italy, drinks, hotel flights, blah, 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 or you can put it away. If you put it away, obviously you need to do that another 100 times to get the deposit for your house. I'm going to go with a holiday. Because it's instant gratification. It's instant. It's an instant release.
You need to be good to your tomorrow self. You need to be good to your.
I'm not like that. I'm toilet tube.
Your fucking head wouldn't get stuck. So if you had, I know the answer.
Because it's gone.
And
I've got nothing in return.
If you had, it's hard to gauge what I'm trying to say. As in, if you had enough money.
Yeah.
I'm not talking thousands, but I'm like. Yeah, I've got enough money to get through the rest of the month and it's okay, I'm set up and everything's good. Which one would you go for?
It's a good question. My answer to you is that I would probably say, even still now, to a degree, I don't feel I ever have enough money.
So which one would you go for? Are you contradicting yourself?
No.
So which one would you go for?
What, the holiday or the...
Yeah.
The holiday.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. Yeah. But, see, I would be like, I'm going away to Isles of Scilly 4 days next week. I've got a couple other bits planned, nothing too major. I'd take £1,000, I'd just stick it away. And then I'd look at my options. And it would take me 2 seconds to decide, no, 5 seconds. Because I don't understand, because I'd be as happy sat here talking to you as I would be going to Italy. And people go, no, that's bollocks. No, that's the truth. Because I try to live in that middle part.
Yeah, the content.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to be sat in Sicily eating fresh pasta, but that's a moment in time. That'll only last 10, 20 minutes, and then I'll be back to, I'm good, and I could be sat here.
And people get that a lot when they go on holiday, don't they?
Yeah.
They do get that. There's those feelings of, it's like, your wedding day. It's like we spoke about Christmas before. It's this big build up, this big pressure, this big everything, and then it's the crash and realization that it's.
So I would, in my current circumstances, I would keep £1,000.
Yeah,
no hesitation.
And don't get me wrong, I'm envious of that.
Because I don't, and I think even if I had loads of money or hardly any money, I'd probably still take £1,000 because I don't get
full circle.
Yeah, because I can't.
It's a big pause.
Yeah, no, even for me, because I don't understand that. Why because you'd probably go for the holiday quite quick.
Oh yeah. It'd be a no-brainer.
Probably wouldn't. You would probably. Ironically, considering we get on so well and we're so similar, this is the one thing where we're very different on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think about it for a second. I'd go for the money, and you wouldn't think about it for a second. You go for the holiday.
Yeah. And I think that comes down to it is, but I think it comes down to the trauma, and I think the fact that I didn't go on many holidays, I didn't have many nice things, and I'm making up for that now. And
So what's the nice things? There we go.
What? I didn't have the nice things.
Well, I guess but you're buying so
yeah, the things that the things that I have now that I consider nice, like a house and not food and stuff like that.
You were saying a minute ago you didn't like the word nice.
No, I don't like it. I don't at all. And it's so subjective.
Devil's advocate.
I love that game, devil's advocate.
I'm trying to get you fighting.
No, but it's true, and it is making me think. Yeah, but it's interesting that we still ride back at that situation where you're like, well, and actually, although you didn't make a point of it, you're like, well, I'll take the grand, and I'm still going away for 4 days to Sicily or wherever you're going.
Sillies.
And that is because you're able to do both because you've managed your money well.
But
we spoke about that. We spoke about that. People that are good at managing their money have more, and people that have more are typically more thrifty.
But
there's no buts.
There is. Maybe not specifically right now, but in a month or two, you could have like a 4-day break planned and probably have more money than I've got, but you'd still go for the holiday.
Yeah. So
that what you said doesn't stack up.
Yeah. No, it's difficult to explain.
So coming back to the thing you said about like pensions and luxury things a minute ago, you said, "Oh, I'll never have them," or something. You said
because I never have a pension.
Because you said about you're not gonna. Because then I turned around and said, "So when you get to 60, you're not going to have anything."
I will.
And yeah, that's how you. Yeah, I know that's how you answered, but I really want to drill down into why is it you won't just save a little bit so you can have a lot? So you've saved little bits here and there. Yeah. So we went through it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And there was a lot there to save.
Because it's the living. There's still a part of me that wants to live for now, and I don't know why that is.
But why don't you just sit in the now and be like, what I'm going to do is.
Well, my mate Chris calls that sitting in the woods.
Sitting in the woods.
Yeah, just sitting, just living for the
CF.
Yeah, just sitting in the woods. Sitting, I think that's what he calls it. Like,
I suppose, yeah.
You're just and it's that I'm not quite there. I'm fucking getting there, and I'm hurtling towards it.
But you don't mind sitting in your own self, so your own company, do you?
No, I don't, because I've taken away, I've peeled back the mask, so I'm not interested in impressing anyone anymore.
No.
Right? So that's been a huge help because I haven't got to fund that mask lifestyle. Yeah. But yeah, there's still something that wants me, and whether or not it's just because it's how I've been doing it for like 25 years or not. But I didn't get that education. I obviously know I know right from wrong. And, when I look, I just cannot relate to like, I'm not saying you, full stop. I cannot relate to your logic, what you're saying there.
But you don't have to relate to it, because if you want to understand it or be a certain way, whatever it might be, then you've just got to educate.
Have you got things that you do that you wish you didn't, but you just can't stop? Like anything? Anything at all? Some people are like, I drink and I just can't stop. Or, I eat sausage every day and I just can't stop. No. Is there anything that you do that is like...
I wish sometimes I could turn my brain off from work. But that's about it. I don't have any obsessions or...
But could you turn your brain off from work?
I do, yeah. Not as much as I'd like. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I think that's
and again,
the only comparison.
It's only been with time of going, just give yourself a fucking break.
Because if I just said to you, what? Just turn your brain off. Just turn your brain off. Stop thinking about work. Just don't think about it all day. That's all you've got to do.
Yeah.
It's that same thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But it's hard, and it's I think that's what it really comes down to. It's a bit like running. It's a bit like, a whole load of things. Yes, it's hard, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, if that, just to summarise really, because I'm not sure how long we've been banging on for, but
about an hour.
Yeah. So just to really summarise it, I guess, and I know we've kind of gone off on a tangent, but it's been a fucking great conversation. Like, there's, I moan about my weight. Yeah, but you eat shit food and you don't exercise. I moan. I haven't got any money. Because you spend it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's that kind of. It really is hard. It is hard. If yes, you're right. Of course. I could have the body of bloody Arnold Schwarzenegger. Shout out to Arnie. I'd be back. Of course I could. But it would be really hard to get that body. But if I really, really wanted it, it would be hard. So that's the question. Of course I could save money. Of course I could.
Because you've always said you can do what you want.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
in, not like I do what I want, like
going
around doing what I want.
To Mo Stack. Sorry.
But you can. If you want to achieve something, you achieve it, and it's
really
not even
hard. Yeah.
And it's not even a biggie.
No.
But
I want to have to do it.
You what? Sorry.
I want to.
You want to be able to learn how to
do it.
Yes. And at the moment, I don't think you want to do it.
No,
I don't think you're.
I don't.
You said something a minute ago. What the hell was it when we were talking? You said just before summarising, and I wanted to comment on it.
Go on then.
No, I can't remember what it was.
I will wait while you remember.
No, but I can't remember. Prick.
Yeah, it's
about me. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It's gone.
Switching your brain off for work.
Yes, but so I don't really want to do that.
No.
I'd prefer to be like this.
You just said just a minute ago, I wish I could.
I wish I could switch off a little bit, not very much, but I prefer to be like this than be just doing a mundane 35, 40 hour week. I prefer to be busting my balls doing, what have I done this week? 60 hours?
Yeah.
In 4 days? 50 hours? Good 50 hours in 4 days. I prefer that than just fucking... So, do I want to turn my brain off? Particularly. Do I want to a little bit? Yes, sometimes. But I have learnt how to do that with meditating and all that sort of shit. Just realising that actually there's more to life than just busting a gut.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down, like you said, if you really want to, and you could do it.
Oh, of course I could.
You could. I think part of you is a little bit scared.
I'm scared at having to at the prospect of how hard it will be.
It'd be so easy.
Well, loads of things are easy, bud. Like, we go in the tub, the ice tub. That is a really
pants this morning.
Fucking brilliant metaphor.
Yeah.
It's just cold water. That's all it is.
But it's a little bit different because it's not going to affect your life at all. Because all you're doing is you're taking an X amount of money. So rather than just going and splurging it, you take X amount of money and go, this is what
but it's hard. It's going to be hard. You're for a second, and that really is all it is. When you dunk into the ice bath and it goes up your body to your neck or wherever, and you do, I don't know about you. I'm like, oh.
It's not great. The feeling's not great.
But then it's fun.
Yeah.
And, I think that's probably quite similar to getting, I now only eat three times. I only eat within a 3 hour window every day. Literally.
You want to see the fucking food he eats, though.
Bland, but quite
it's like this.
But quite like, I love fucking pizza and curries and shit like that. And I can still have pizza, but I just have to watch what I'm doing. Metaphor, I can still have the nice things, by my definition.
You could have a rum, just not a whole bottle.
Yeah, just not 2 bottles a night. So
that's true though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The whole thing, like spending the money. I can still spend money. I just can't go.
Yeah. But it's.
Do you feel like you need to spend the money to get away from what you were?
I think it's some kind of coping mechanism.
Yeah, I think so.
Something
to do with your past, it's like because you feel like you're getting further away from what happened to your past. Yeah,
but it's also like I speak with Dave, my therapist, about. Shout out to Dave.
Dave, I call you Dave too. Sorry, Dave.
Actually, that's weird because I call you Dave too when I'm speaking to him. Sorry, Dave.
You've been cheating on me.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's an immaturity. It's
You shouldn't be cheating on me.
I am still a child. Or I still have got.
Who's not?
Yeah, but some people aren't. I mean, you give your. We've all done it. You give your kid a £5 and you say, right, go and buy some sweets, and he's so I've only got 2p left. Because there's no like, as far as they're concerned, their job that they're always going to have is to buy that sweet.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter, and that is quite toilet tubey. I think that's working through the other bits that I can will be phenomenal. And of course I want change. Of course I want to do it. It's just a journey. And I think really now summarising, like there's a lot of stress. There is a lot of fucking
stress and pressure on men in general.
And I think, whether you've got as complicated as me and my background, or more or less, at the end of the day, it's all relative. We've all got bills to pay.
Yeah.
We've all got food that needs buying and shit like that. And I tell you what, you'll be surprised at how little your partner or your children actually want. They all they would really like is to spend time with you, and as cringy as it sounds, is to make good memories. Some of the best date nights I've had with my wife, bag of chips, sit on the beach, sit on a bench.
That's lush, isn't it?
Yeah, previously, fuck me, let's go away to London for the weekend. Let's fucking book into a restaurant and fucking have 4 or 5 courses. Doesn't want that. Just wants to sit and laugh about old things.
She's listening to this going, I don't want fucking chips on the beach. I want a 4 or 5 course meal. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, it's been a good one.
That's all right, actually, wasn't it?
Thank you very much. Nice to talk to you again.
Yeah, now we can go home. Or you can fuck off home.
All right, love you all.
Love
Don't stress. Be kind to yourself. Lots of love.